every Friday we have our staff-wide preview going on Black Sheet Irish for the game, and I was typing mine up last night, and that was one of the things I said was this game may come down to which quarterback makes the throws most consistently, which quarterback misses the least amount of deep shots and things of that nature. Because I think it's two quarterbacks who, in their own different ways have something to prove on Saturday. And I think they're two teams that, and that's one of the ways the teams are very evenly matched is with the quarterbacks. Again, they have talent, but they have something to prove still. I think both teams are expecting to run the ball well. I think both teams expect their defense to play well. And shocker to say a quarterback game may come down to, or a football game, may come down to the quarterback play. But yeah, I agree with you. If Roman Wilson gets behind somebody and McCarthy misses them, and that you could look back on that, like we said earlier with the big penalty. I think everyone expects this to be a close game. Those are the kind of plays you look back on and you're kicking yourself over. And, I think Penn State fans, myself included, will turn around and tell you we feel the same way. If a Mitchell Tinsley or Keandre Lambert-Smith, one of our top receivers, are able to get behind a Michigan defender and Cliff misses them, you might sit back and circle that play as one that comes back to bite you. So, yeah, I definitely think that, in their own separate ways, both quarterbacks have something to prove on Saturday. And ultimately, I would not be surprised to see this game come down to which quarterback, plays the cleanest game and makes the least amount of mistakes.
Yeah, one thing I don't want to see, man, and it tends to happen every big game like this. And for God's sake, especially in the NFL, we've seen it really bad with, roughing the passing calls.
Yep.
But I really don't want to see any kid get thrown out from a targeting call. But it seems to happen every big game,
Yep.
it would, obviously it would help Michigan, but I don't want to see Jordan Porter Jr. thrown out for a targeting call, right? I don't want to see, Carlson, Monty Smith thrown out for a targeting call. I want to see both these teams at their best. And that's one of the things I'm hoping for too, man. I hope that the officials let these kids play.
Mm-hmm.
Both these teams are really good, and let's just see who's the better team, mano a mano. Let's if I could put an edict out there, if I was the referee commissioner or whatever it is, and say, hey guys, for the most part, let's let these kids play, and let's not get involved in a game like this.
No, I totally agree. I think no matter what caliber the game is, unless it's something egregious or something where you miss someone getting hurt, keep the flag in your pocket. Let the kids decide the game. Especially when like this, like you said, it's two of the 10 best teams in the country. And it's not even that they're both ranked in the top 10. I think anyone who eye test resumes thus far, they've played like two of the top 10 teams in the country between, they both have a really good commanding road victory, 2 in Penn State's case with Purdue. They both have multiple blowout wins over Power 5 opponents. Like, there are a few teams that in the middle of October are going to have the resume these two teams do, have looked as good as these teams do, and have recruited as well as these teams have over the course of the last 3, 4, 5 years. Like you
NFL
said, both,
talent too, man.
Yeah,
both
Penn State, have won 10 titles in the last 6 years. Both have multiple first-round picks on their rosters. Like, this is the kind of game as a college football fan you salivate over. So yeah, just let the kids decide it. I hope, because if we wake up Saturday morning, depending on what Big Ten ref we find out gets this game, because there definitely are some real, interesting referees in the Big Ten, to put it kindly. Now, thankfully, Dave Whitfit, who's the worst of them all, is no longer officiating Big Ten games. But
right.
I just hope that it's a clean played game and well called in the officials, especially in the targeting stuff, man. Because like you said, I don't want the last thing I want to see happen too is someone from Michigan, a big player, get tossed, Penn State wins the game. And you don't ever want the opposing fan base to have that in their back pocket either. Oh, well, if Mozzie Smith wasn't thrown out of this game, if so-and-so wasn't thrown out of the, I don't want to, I don't, even as a Penn State fan, take like Chop Robinson, their best pass rusher. Let's say he gets thrown out for targeting. I don't even want to be sitting there wondering, man, what if Chop doesn't get thrown out of the game? What if on that big third down pass McCarthy hit in the fourth quarter when Michigan scored the go-ahead touchdown, if Robinson was out there to pressure him? You don't want to be thinking that either. So yeah, so hopefully it's a clean played game. It's a well-called game, and it looks like a game between two of the 10 best teams in the country, and the officials let the teams decide it.